The Premier League is back and there's only 3 sets of game weeks left and there's still a lot to be decided. Although the title race is close, it looks like Manchester City will get the job done. The top 4 race looked done, but Newcastle and Man United dropped points last week, leaving an opportunity for Liverpool. And in relegation news, Chelsea have officially stayed up with a win at Bournemouth last week. This is my Game Week 36 Premier League predictions. If you do enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and let's get into my predictions. Leeds versus Newcastle. Big Sam made his return to the Premier League last week at the Etihad versus Manchester City. It did look close, a 2-1 loss, but if you actually watch the match, you would know that Leeds got absolutely battered and they were lucky to only lose by 1 goal. Now again in back-to-back game weeks, they play another one of the Premier League's best teams, but you feel this time it could be different, mainly because they are at home and Newcastle lost last week to Arsenal. The game versus Arsenal was fairly even, but they just didn't take their chances, and I kind of feel like it's going to be the same thing in this game as Big Sam sets up for a masterclass to get points versus a good Newcastle side. Newcastle will by far and away be the better team in this game. They'll have loads of chances, but again, they won't be clinical. They won't score anything in this game, and Leeds will nab a 1-0 win, a huge win in their relegation battle. Southampton versus Fulham. This is the game Southampton get relegated from the Premier League. If they don't win, they lose, because they have to win every single game for the rest of the Premier League season and hope Nottingham, Forrest and Leeds don't win another game. Not only do Southampton have to rely on other teams' results, they also have to win their final 3 matches. On paper that might be easy, just put a run of games together. They play Brighton, Liverpool and Fulham. Yeah, they're not winning a single game. They're not going to get a draw. They're going to finish the season where they are now, bottom of the Premier League, and Southampton will be relegated, and this will be the game that officially confirms as Fulham win this game 2-1 thanks to goals from Vinicius and Willian. Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest, and Chelsea finally won a game. Frank Lampard will not be 007. And not only that, they went ahead and scored 3 goals. Where has this Chelsea been in the last couple months? Now admittedly they were playing Bournemouth, but to be fair, Bournemouth have been good in recent months. It is impossible for Chelsea to get European football this season, so the rest of the season is pretty much pointless now that they're safe from relegation, which does feel weird to say, but I feel like they're going to put a run of games together in the last couple of games of the season just to finish the season off well. I think Chelsea will win this game in a convincing manner, a 2-0 win thanks to goals from Joao Felix and Madueke. Aston Villa versus Tottenham. Tottenham aren't getting battered every single week under Ryan Mason, so I guess that's a positive, but this is going to be a difficult game versus an in-form Aston Villa side. Well, I say in-form Aston Villa, but Aston Villa have kind of dropped off as of recent, and maybe they are falling behind in the European places. A loss to Wolves last week wasn't a great result, but I do fancy them to get back on form in this game. This game is at home for Aston Villa, and they've been very good under Unai Emery, so I do think they are going to beat Spurs 2-0 thanks to a goal from Ollie Watkins and Leon Bailey. Man United versus Wolves. Last week in the comments, you all ridiculed me for saying that Man United will lose to West Ham. I only got the score prediction right. It's just the way Man United have been playing over the last couple of games that makes you suggest they're not going to get top 4, because they haven't been playing well at all. They just don't seem to be able to create any proper chances. They're just shooting from distance. They're not going to score many goals for the rest of the season, and for that reason I think Liverpool will finish above them and Man United will not be getting top 4. This game is going to end as a 1-1 draw. Goals will come from Bruno Fernandes, and Ruben Neves will get his yearly wonder goal versus Man United as Wolves get their yearly points off Man United. Crystal Palace versus Bournemouth. At this stage in the season, both teams have nothing to play for. Both teams are safe. They can't really get into a fight for Europe. They're just going to both finish in mid-table. That is really a regular occurrence for Crystal Palace, but for Bournemouth that is a really good season considering most people had them to finish bottom of the Premier League. I think I did. I'm not entirely sure. I feel like that was probably the logical pick. But Bournemouth have definitely surprised people. It looks like they will now definitely be playing Premier League football next season. Both teams have nothing to play for. I don't think it's going to be a particularly competitive game, and it's going to end in a draw. A 1-1 draw. Goals will come from Solanke and Elise. Everton versus Man City. Everton with an absolutely fantastic win versus one of the best teams in the league in Brighton last week. Where did that come out of, you have to ask yourself? Since when is Dwight McNeil the reincarnation of Lionel Messi? Was it for one game, or can they continue it on to the team currently leading the Premier League? Brighton had more chances in the game, they had more possession, and they still lost. Manchester City will be focusing on their Champions League semi-final second leg versus Real Madrid. So for that reason, I think Manchester City are going to lose this game. A slip up in the title race. Everton are going to get a 1-0 win, a pure Sean Dyche performance, thanks to a goal from the reincarnation of Messi himself, Dwight McNeil. Brentford versus West Ham. Brentford's European dream is essentially dead at this stage. They currently sit 5 points off Brighton in 7th, and Brighton have games in hand, and West Ham looks surely to stay in the Premier League. So we're at this stage of the season where there is some excitement at the bottom and the top of the table, but the middle is just kind of pointless. West Ham probably will rest players for the Conference League semi-final second leg, so Brentford will win this game as Ivan Toney chases down second place spot for the Golden Boot, because, well, kind of guaranteed at this stage Haaland will win it. I think Brentford will win this game 2-0 thanks to a brace from Ivan Toney. Arsenal versus Brighton. Brighton got absolutely battered by Everton last Monday. That is the definition of a freak result. Brighton have been so good all season. Everton have been so bad all season, but somehow they produced that. I was half thinking about saying Arsenal would drop points in the same game week that that Man City drop points, but I'm going to say Arsenal will just about nab a win in this game. Brighton will put in a good performance, but they won't quite bounce back. I think Arsenal are going to win this game 2-1 thanks to a goal from Martin Odegaard and a 90th minute winner from Bukayo Saka. Leicester versus Liverpool. The Premier League is an absolute joke if this Liverpool side manages to get top 4. They've only been trying for about 6 weeks. Other than that, they were absolutely terrible all season. If Man United drop points at the weekend, Liverpool win, they will go into 4th place. Man United will have a game in hand, but Man United have been terrible in recent weeks. It looks like Liverpool will win every game for the rest of the season. Liverpool are going to fluke top 4, and this game is going to help them as they win this game 3-0 thanks to a brace from Mo Salah and one from Cody Gakpo. So that was my Game Week 36 Premier League predictions. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments, and leave me your Premier League predictions for this game week in the comments. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like. Let's try to get 15 likes in the video. If you are new to the channel, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.